Greetings everyone, you're watching the channel Aviation Obsession. Imagine a plane so massive it could carry hundreds of passengers in pure luxury, a true flying giant designed to revolutionize the skies. The Airbus A380 was supposed to be the future of air travel, the biggest and most advanced passenger jet the world had ever seen. So, how did it go from a symbol of aviation's future to a costly gamble that didn't pay off? Buckle up, because today we're diving into the thrilling rise and unexpected fall of the Airbus A380. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for future uploads. Without further ado, let's get started. Let's rewind to the 1990s, when Airbus came up with an ambitious goal. They wanted to design a plane so big and efficient it would make travel easier, cheaper, and more luxurious. Back then, air travel was growing fast, and with major global hubs like London, Dubai, and Singapore, there was a demand for large planes to carry as many passengers as possible on long-haul routes. Boeing's 747 was the king of jumbo jets at the time, and it had been that way for decades. Airbus wanted to challenge that dominance, but they didn't just want to build a competitor. They wanted something much bigger, something revolutionary. That led to the A3XX project, what would later become the A380. Development required a massive international effort. Engineers from France, Germany, Spain, and the UK worked together to design each component, even sharing parts that were built separately and brought together for assembly. But this wasn't just about building a big plane. Airbus focused heavily on advanced materials, like lightweight composites, and developing an advanced fuel system that would allow this super jumbo to operate more efficiently. The whole world was watching this project, eager to see if Airbus could pull off such an engineering marvel. After nearly a decade of development, the aircraft finally made its maiden flight in April 2005 in Toulouse, France. This was a landmark moment for aviation. The A380 wasn't just big, it was the biggest passenger jet ever built, with a wingspan so large that some airports had to widen runways just to accommodate it. The excitement was real. People gathered to watch it take off for the first time, and the event was broadcast worldwide. Its size and double-deck design were nothing short of impressive, and Airbus promoted it as the future of air travel. The aircraft was expected to solve the capacity crunch that some of the busiest airports were experiencing. Instead of having tons of flights clogging up airways, airlines could use one A380 to carry twice as many passengers. It seemed like Airbus had a winning formula. It wasn't just an oversized plane. It was an engineering masterpiece that pushed the boundaries of aviation technology. Measuring 239 feet in length, with a height of 79 feet and a wingspan of 262 feet, it could carry up to 853 passengers in an all-economy layout. The engineers didn't just scale up a typical design. They had to reimagine nearly everything about airframe construction to support such a massive structure. Interestingly, the aircraft utilizes lightweight composite materials for a significant portion of its fuselage and wings, making it lighter than it appears. This innovation contributes to greater fuel efficiency than earlier jumbo jets. Each A380 is made up of over 4 million components, an impressive assembly of precision engineering that reflects the enormous effort required to bring this aircraft to life. The A380 also came with 4 Rolls-Royce Trent 900 engines, among the most advanced and powerful engines of their time. These engines were designed specifically to manage the size and weight of this behemoth, ensuring it could fly longer routes without frequent stops. Since its first flight in 2005, the aircraft has proudly transported over 300 million passengers, solidifying its place as a true giant in the skies. Now, let's talk about what made the A380 the king of the skies: luxury. Airlines that ordered the plane took full advantage of its size to redefine luxury in the skies. Emirates, for instance, turned the A380 into a luxury palace. Some of these planes had features like onboard showers, first-class suites with sliding doors, and lounges where passengers could gather, sip cocktails, and even socialize at 35,000 feet. And it wasn't just Emirates. Airlines like Qantas, Singapore Airlines, and British Airways offered unique, high-end experiences on the A380. Some versions of the plane had mini apartments with beds, private seating areas, and even sky bars. It made the aircraft a favorite for long-haul travelers looking for comfort and space. Imagine boarding a flight for 15 hours and having your own private suite with room to stretch out, or a bar to walk to when you needed a change of scenery. For a while, it seemed like the A380 was truly reshaping the idea of air travel. But for all the glamour, there were challenges brewing. Maintaining such a large plane was incredibly expensive. It needed more fuel than newer, more efficient planes. And filling all those seats was tough for airlines. If an A380 took off with less than 80% capacity, the airline was losing money. This was a big deal in the aviation industry. Meanwhile, the airline industry was shifting away from hub and spoke routes, where passengers flew to major hubs to catch connecting flights, toward a point-to-point model, which meant flying directly to destinations. This shift made smaller, fuel-efficient planes, like the Boeing 787 Dreamliner and Airbus A380 more popular. They could cover long distances without needing to pack in hundreds of passengers. Airlines quickly saw the benefits of these new planes. They were cheaper to operate, easier to maintain, and didn't require full flights to turn a profit. Suddenly, the A380 wasn't looking like such a good investment. In 2021, Airbus officially announced the end of aircraft production, delivering the last ever A380 to Emirates. For aviation fans, it was a sad day, the end of an era for the world's largest passenger plane. Many airlines had already begun retiring their A380s, and the COVID-19 pandemic accelerated this trend as airlines cut costs and simplified fleets. But even as production ends, the A380 continues to fly with airlines like Emirates, Qantas, and British Airways. It remains a beloved aircraft for passengers and a marvel of engineering. The A380 may not have been the future of aviation as Airbus had hoped, but it certainly left a legacy. The double-decked giant proved what was possible in terms of scale and comfort, and it paved the way for even more efficient aircraft by pushing design and engineering limits. So, was the A380 a failure or an icon? Well, maybe a bit of both. While it may not have reshaped air travel in the way Airbus intended, it achieved something else. It became a symbol of what aviation could accomplish. And while it might not have the future Airbus dreamed of, the A380 will always be remembered as one of the most ambitious aircraft to ever take to the skies. Thanks for tuning in. Have you flown on an A380? If so, what was your experience like? Let us know. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and remember to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to leave a comment below if you have any suggestions or a specific topic to discuss for the next video.